Probably will be on here until like 8:30 or so. We'll see. So you're the one that put around inside his plane without Captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know? What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? I'd rather you're here too. Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did? Alright. Yeah. There's a top door. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that? Because I didn't think I was able to get his permission. Yeah, mean. I didn't think I was able to get Captain. He only has ears for Tammy. Spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seemed to be rather taken with Miss Mealy. Yes, on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Miss Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to spare myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence. Oh, thank God. There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Yes, answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, Why the sudden hesitation when this got him to struck a nerve? Yeah, what were you doing there? Let's see. All I did was a little check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work done? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there anyways. After your visit to the shop, you paid visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. Sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Sorry, 10-year-old claimed to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? I should ask her about that thing. Let's see. Please take a look at this for me. Oh, that suitcase. It's about this suitcase. You're the one who designed it, Fret. I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason why you went in the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase? I was interested in seeing how suitcases I had designed were selling. I know it was a servant's professional and that's what the care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see it was the last one there. Last one there? So you're saying that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular they're practically flying off the shelves. It's not exactly how the impression I got. The one in the shop was most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Did say he'll buy it? Please? Please buy it? I'm sorry, I can't. You know why? You know why, lady? Because it looked horrid. I guarantee it's appropriate personally as a service professional. Well, that is, how should I put this? Tedious. What? This is like, how dare you call my suitcases hideous? Well, maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. It's like, anyways. Anyway. My issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. There were 2 suitcases in the flight shop when I investigated. 2, but that is possible. I'm sure there was only one. It looks like her story has generated quite a lot of attention. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only one suitcase left. Then how come we saw 2? Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, what is one of those suitcases doing here? I thought you said there was only one left. That one is, mine. I've used it for a very long time now. She's used it for a long time? I think not. Somebody's cutting a lie. I'd appreciate if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me, excuse them all. I don't believe for even 1 second that you used it for a long time. This still got the price tag on it. Gee, somebody bought it recently. Look at the price tag. It proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as she says. Price tag! Price tag! Tell me, is it your habit to keep the price tag thing on your suitcase? What's the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? But having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. Truth of become increasingly clear to me. Yes, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide. Nothing. The suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still in the suitcase, one can only assume it was on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought this suitcase was...
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it? I hate to say this, but the suitcase you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly designed that you poured your heart to was selling, and were deeply hurt. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling, but by yourself. Isn't that right? Then the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have was my job. I was overjoyed when the design was chosen. I thought maybe I finally accomplished something. But the suitcases didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? All because of the put hideous. I can't say they chose a great place in which to sell them either. They weren't selling a single one, they were just sitting there collecting dust. So it's so bad seeing them there day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. And you buy one every single time you work a flight? I see, so in order to keep your resolution, you wouldn't buy one a day as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for the purchase. So she bought it for like 15K. She must have really good pay. They must pay her really good. Truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight. Where are these other two suitcases? She'll be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcases the killer used could very well have come from the cargo hold. Edward, they don't think the killer used one of my suitcases too. Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim to body. How could he? Because we're meant to be faithful partner to our passengers on their trips. Not to carry one of the deceased in it. That's all I've wished for them to be. Is there any other way to get the cargo hold other than the elevator? The only other way is just through that door there. Door had no special lock installed because to get the end of this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to. Which means the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects. I can't believe it. Yes, Franziska? Going down these wild goose chases? You're a disgrace to the Von Karma name. And what do you mean by that? The suitcase came from the cargo hold. That fact alone tells the whole story. Yes, which why I said a culprit must be a crew member who used their keycard. Mouse Edgeworth. You're proposing the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's only a realistic possibility. The other 10 I asked her earlier and she had this to say. Franziska got information out of her. In order to make elevator go down the cargo hold, a different keycard is required. A different one? Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you. And only you. What? Is this true? Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times. How could you please show us that card right now? Yes, hold on. Oh, I don't believe it. What's wrong? Your key card, it's gone. How can you lose a freaking key card? Very clever. Pretending that your card was stolen and that you were trying to hide it from us. You really thought that through? Wait, it's not like that. You could tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman. Yes, ma'am. Mr. Edgeworth? What's wrong? There's disbelief written all over your face? Francisca, I know you're the lead investigator on the case. However... Hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. Check it up on some stuff there. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, the basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth? I tend to do likewise. Might as well save my progress while I'm there. Well, so this is the cargo hold, huh? So big. So this plane has a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating. So this is the real scene of the murder? There's certainly a high probability of that, which is why we're here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. So now we're investigate. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth. It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair. There must be all leftover one they couldn't sell. The one that company is planning to dispose of after the flight is over. Paint job is really cool, don't you think? Practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it'll bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. You wonder why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs to buy one. Although, I definitely look like one is missing. Huh? What is the brittle substance I'm studying on? It's a bunch of glass fragments? Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we take a closer look. Nothing out of the ordinary here, sir. Wait, a file? And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile on Benziska. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? You arrived at the scene on the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you immediately began the direct investigation? Seemed to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides the murder. Yes, I was. I've been following a very large and involved at governmental level international crime. But it's too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol is involved? Top secret operation. I can't tell you any more than I already have. Guess that's it for now with her. Profile on Benziska. And then Interpol. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Benziska? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Benziska said that she had to come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Well, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here, so he followed her? Detective, I think that's more likely Mr. Hicks was actually an Interpol agent Hicks. I think Benziska had some explaining to do. Okay. Broken glass and glass shards. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lens. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been trying to say for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find a murder weapon. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense. What are you talking about? We found a profile with detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose that they prepared for him so he could recognize you when he landed. This makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks, isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. Well, looks like they got him to him first. So then why did you really come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. You went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have a pretty decisive evidence. The agent came out here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? Nothing but luggage. It's true. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it? Ow! Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to... Francisca, do you know exactly why he intended to pay by his... This raises another question. Put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases, and... because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body blew out. They have to check up on from there. And there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. I think that's a pretty easy way to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda. So which crew member? Any of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allowed the elevator to come down here. The only person that with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Okay. I have to press on a second statement here.
Hold it!
It's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from her.
Objection!
It's highly likely? Is that possibility best you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father? Ah! Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence, Be quiet, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace, Miles Edgeworth. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda. And that's just the key card that gives her away. Talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Uggo piggy bank. Yeah, she's also the only person with the key to open that display case. She's like, are you sure? Are you sure it's not someone else? Not in your imagination, Benziska?
Hold it!
Now hold it right there. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? And where did it come from? speechless, I see. You're not surprised. After all, you know we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out that piggy bank as the murder weapon. Should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon. Does propose that you summon body further. I'm gonna stay with the body here. Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump your conclusion. Oh, was I? Yes. We don't have any the autopsy results yet. Can't even speak tonight. Good God. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you could have yet even say if the wound on Agent Hit's head is consistent with the murder weapon? That's true. Gotta look at the wound on his head. Scruffy. Yes, sir. Can contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hit's autopsy. Yes, sir. Poor freaking poor Gumshoe. Someone give that poor man a raise for putting up with Franziska. We got a big problem with that with her. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said that's one giant bruise from the beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to mid-back? He was beaten all over such a wide area? Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign that the killer had a grudge against Agent Hits. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Yeah, that could definitely kill somebody. Really fast. Scruffy. What is had a grudge against Agent Hit supposed to mean? Well, that's, don't look at him that way. He just reporting what they told him. Was the wound in the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they're still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Utterly useless. Yeah. Well, you do a job. Sir, I told you already. You can't go down there. No, you removed yourself from my way. What's all that racket? Hey, it's that dude. Hey, LeBlanc. They're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he get. Hey, what are you? You let me show a choice, but you use strong force. You won't get past me. Oh God! And this is the moment he knew he effed up. But wait, there's more. Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing's been about. Held the murderer spanking. After all, you know, we've searched the entire cargo hold and kept it empty-handed. What if the murder weapon was like the guy falling, and the murder weapon was the floor, or the big boss there? What if he was like pushed, and the murder weapon was like something down on the floor? Could be a possibility the box was like the murder weapon. Like, gee, I wonder what the murder weapon was. Floor? Hey, give me a second, guys. Anxiety meds incoming. I usually always take my thing for my anxiety at this time. Okay, what are we gonna be doing here? So the floor was the murder weapon. Excuse me. Choked on air for a second there. Alleged killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there's intensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? What if the murderer was the floor? Come on, Edgeworth, so you don't admit it, it's with the floor. The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Okay, let's see. Weapon can't be found. Sizable weapon. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. At the floor. Perhaps, just perhaps, that's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly good to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Or was he pushed? Franziska, what? What do you want? Found it, Franziska. Found the real murder weapon. The floor? You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize until now, but the answer has been lying right in front of us this whole time. Might be hurt. We should check up on him, sir. Gumshoe, really? I think he's not alive anymore, Gumshoe. It's coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyways, if you're really a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then show me this real murder weapon you speak of. So the guy was free falling. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. Good job, that's a whole many foolish fools all in one sentence. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should phrase it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what the cause. He freefalled. He freefalled without a rope attached to him. but the fell from a great height and subsequently died in the result. Because horror, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He forgot to hook himself up. So he fell. He fell to his death. The murder weapon with the floor, I was right. The floor, he's used the one big murder weapon. The victim has a excessive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for the injury is that he fell to the death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there's some place in this plane where he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. Or right below, underneath your feet. It can't mean. Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. No, he's okay, Gumshoe. He's alive. Why are you screaming? He's alive. Damn it, Gumshoe! And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hinch fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose the truth is not possible given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Bulgarian pancake. Bulgarian pancake. Why does Bulgarian pancakes sound good? I wonder if there's such a thing in real life. Let's put that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that cargo bot there. So there's no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Huh. As if there couldn't be a window of time when the giant box was not there. But there was... What? Well, today used to show her that possible the box was not always there and it is now. Oh man, that feeling I have the sneeze, but nothing coming out. You just hate that guy. It's just like, feel you got sneeze, nothing comes out. Okay, we have to do this beef feeling in St. Fall. Of course, it's not that. It's not this. Just grape juice footprints. There we go. You refueled in the Republic of St. Fall? Yes, and this flight had a short layover in St. Fall in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred to the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to that box in question. As labeled St. Fall Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded on the plane in St. Fall. Now what if the box in question also loaded on the same time? That would mean the box was not there when the cargo hold during the Europe St. Fall leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Oh, but I had to say that in one go without breathing. But your theory is still very far-fetched. So allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine the piece of cargo in more detail. What are you gonna do? Go the Hulk on it and lift it up? Okay, I'll investigate the big thing. It's a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Never heard of it. Nor I. All I care about is if we prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating, sir. Did the guy just speak in Bulgarian? Say, don't you dare touch that! Look here, do not go about touching my possessions without my permission! Don't rush up on me like that, pal. The blunt Mr. Blunt does it. You see what else I could find him out from him. I take it as this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. Blunt. Of course it's mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. The Alfred style shoe is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much more. 10 million cents? I wonder how much it is. Let's see. Let's see how much it is. How much 10 million is. Oh, it's $100,000. 10 million cents is like 100K. I don't have to double check that. Yeah, it's like, it's either, oh, it's, either between 10K or 100K. I think it's more like 100. Let's see. Yeah, it's 100K, like 100K. That's a lot of money. Darn, how do you do that? I feel like you're getting better and better just by seeing right through me every year. I go with each revolution of the planet around the sun, and I have the distinct impression he continues the madly spinning place. And Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Does that really make a difference in our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there's a chance your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you could allow us to examine it a bit closer? It's a very valuable piece of art, so no. There will be no touching. No touchy! No touchy! Now we could do the combination, logic combination here. Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring? Then it's possible the space statue was brought on board in St. Paul. Alright, let's see. Now I have to talk to Mr. LeBlanc again. statue. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake? What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be a target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves were not there. I have the certification of my cargo right here. You mean the cargo certification document? Mr. Sink LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. Can't read this. What does it say? It says plain and dry. As day. The cargo was put into the plane in Europe. There you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought aboard in Europe, just as states in the certificate. Know that, which means that there was never a window of time which the statue was sent there. I respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself. Then you should have your wish look at it yourself and see that I'm right. This, I know I've seen this somewhere before. Is it the Alfred? This gives off such a feeling of art. I can probably smell it. The statue is high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, brought it to the country to exhibit it. I believe a closer look is warranted here. I guess we have to look at it. The eyes are different color. What if it's a fake one? Was it Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with the picture. You should examine it in more detail. The eyes? This spot somehow connected to the events in the hold. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? They look more yellow to me than orange. Why do I see a hint of yellow in it? And pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. The memories. I remember standing out in the field spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes on them? Oh, it's fine. At least you're here, though. Huh? Ah, sir, they're red. Did that guy just bring a fake on here? I thought the statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc? What do you want? Do you not know I'm a busy man? He kind of looks like one of those, like, snobby rich dudes that likes art. Allow you 2 seconds for your answer. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? It's the biggest trophy on this European trip. You don't know why I wanted to possess the statue? The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. This sounds like it's going to be a long story. It's a little long time with him for me. And you have my heartfelt sympathy, but what is that? Sympathy? For what? You'll see. I like to compare the eyes. That large fellow there was very bright and pretty. And pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of them. Sir, I'm not talking about me. I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. Sir, you got ripped off? Why the sun yelling now then? No! It is a photo of the statue on display in a museum in Europe. You got ripped off, sir. I'm so sorry. Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake. A fake? That poor man got ripped off. I believe even further examination will be required. Now what we have confirmed is indeed a fake. So he got ripped off of his 100k. He got ripped off his 100 million pennies. There must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in St. Paul, and I will present to you the evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Oh, there's a thing here. So yeah, there's a cloth down here. And I could film that. This is I go from St. Paul. I forgot how to do those. Whoops. It's been a long time since I played this, so like a long while. There's clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of cargo covered to being stuck at another piece of cargo. Oh, that's not possible. But it is. It can be this way, with the statue on top of the cloth. So if was something moved there? That's what he's trying to say, it's moved there? Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in St. Paul, there's no way that any part of it should line up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in St. Paul. Then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There's only one reason why, to secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. I'm surprised I read that when I was cleaning up my glasses. So like when I have my glasses off, I can still see it, but kind of like slightly blurred a little bit. Because I'm like sitting in the distance. And I can like explain to you guys more about my eyesight. Like for example, if I like walk all the way over here to my door, I can barely make it out. I can't even read the words from all the way over here without the glasses. I can with my glasses though. Can't really see anything from like a certain distance. And they, like when I drive, like if I ever did drive, which I don't, I will have needed my glasses. That may be true, however, you may have it backwards, Francisca. Sure, Agent Hicks should have waited until after the plane landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Plus, he had found a fake at the airport. It could have been after the swap occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have had no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge, which means there's someone involved who's forging or modifying cargo certificates. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed. Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one that At that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board, a photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all you had to do was hold the thing cargo crew, and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-St. Fa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hit could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath now. Let's see what's underneath there. Miss Fatima ready to report my finding. Go on. After moving the statue out of the way, we tested the area with luminol and there was a reaction. We're getting somewhere. I see there was a reaction to the luminol, an indication that there was blood on the spot. That guy died there, I knew it. The floor with the murder weapon, like I mentioned. There's a lot. Stop looking at it now, sir. It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. When I said the floor with the murder weapon, I was right. Suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? Okay, let's see. Bulgarian cloth?
Take that!
Killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see, they had needed to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in St. Paul. So they decided to, like, tamper with the murder area? They tampered with the evidence? That's what I call tampering the evidence. By cleaning it up, they tampered with it. And they tempered it even more by moving everything around. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in St. Paul? There's no other conceivable timeline for the event of the murder. But if that's true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in St. Paul, then this becomes highly suspect. Ugh. Talk about that one lady. Portrayal Miss Millie's testimony about Agent Hit in regard when we departed St. Paul. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Millie herself. So she was never know she was the murderer the whole time? Alright. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Not gonna take me longer then. Alright, I'm back. Time to continue. And I'll be on for like another hour or two. We'll see. Miss Millie? Wake up, woman! Miss Millie! Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from St. Paul? Huh? You said that Mr. Hitch was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hitch was dead long before we ever touched down on St. Paul. Oh? Miss Camomile. Something tells me she's very suspicious. Maybe I didn't see why I thought it. No one can make that mistake as large as so large. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. Just going over. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Meal. If you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were landing at 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, there can not been anyone else? Oh, yeah. From 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Oh, yeah. And from 5 to 6 was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. How am I supposed to believe her? For all I know, she could be lying. How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up. You know, if anyone would like fall asleep on a job like this, they would get fired in an instant. And they keep falling asleep like this. Fell asleep again. The only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Something tells me probably the one who's actually did the everything. Yeah, they have to show the suitcase receipt.
Objection!
I wonder if you could be so kind to take a look at this receipt, Miss Millie. Huh? A receipt? For what? It's for the suitcase, Mr. Engelbot. Now if I could direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:30 a.m., Mr. Enel. Yes? Why is the killer here? I thought you have her locked up by now. I request that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Notice, then, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor. In-flight shop, correct? Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase, after which I went straight to the attendant's room to drop it off. And did you see her there at the time? No. So, Miss Millie, where were you between the hours of 5 to 6? We caught her in a lie. Miss Chamomile. Huh? The bathroom? I'll be the one who asks questions here. Yeah, maybe that's it. Probably Mr. Nature calls, you know. You take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true. But that's the truth, cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter argue for her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance to hear me out? If she's thinking that this is the truth, her truth stinks. Like, I know you suspected me because I'm one of the crew. But you think maybe you should also suspect Matilda too? She's the one in charge of the elevator key card. And the shop, you know. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. What about you? Please leave her out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you got your eye on Miss Rhoda. Of course, I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually cannot let absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Now not the time for the sort of talk. Okay. Go on the third statement.
Hold it!
And why are you in charge of, Miss Millie? I take care of the attendant's room. That doesn't count. If I spend too much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility. But the Edwards family is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Bulgarian. She's only one on the flight who is fluent. Oh, you mean that kinda what am I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yes, I'm really good at Bulgarian. She's fluent in Bulgarian? Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Bulgarian? Yeah, I take care of anything that had to do with Bulgarian. Very interesting. Let's see.
Objection!
Objection! So you're the only one in this flight crew that speaks Bulgarian. Is that correct? Yeah, I guess so. I guess? I said they got brought in Bulgaria for a while. If that's the case, there's a sinner in this document. Belongs to you, doesn't it? This falsified piece of documentation was only one purpose, so they didn't want who read it to believe that Matilda belonged to statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Bulgarian. Bulgarian is you, Miss Mealy. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Fred could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. They wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edwards. It is exactly as you say. Are you confessing to have participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true, when I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your accusation of smuggling stick. Alright, I'm gonna be right back one last time. My dad asked my mom something about tomorrow. If I have to go out tomorrow or not. I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation after all. And not all you have is my signature on the piece of paper. Really. All you did was sign it. I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that. It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be a tough fight. Suppose, and this is just a supposition. Even if I was involved in smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection!
If you were involved in smuggling, you could have had a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding the smuggling ring, and just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring. What, did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unless maybe Rhoda was access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there's some element of setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I'm the killer. First it was myself, now Mr. Reno, who's under microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to put in the crime on anyone they can. We have enough proof that Rhoda is being set up or that she isn't. Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicion.
Take that!
The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was moved the body from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? Any way of all those actions makes sense. Is if the killer wanted to frame Mr. Reno for the murder. And if I see a suitcase on every flight, she works without fail. But it should say Bishop with the one in the victim's body. That would be put her in a very tight spot. Fortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. And then enough time to put a bat body in suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whatever at hand and adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. Killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? It's because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. Let's see. The special circumstance is simply the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country custom is quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the circumstances, the body will be found very high. Therefore, there's no choice but to frame either Mr. No or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Colonel or myself, but you, Miss Hammy Meal. Only you and you known to be the killer. No, that's true. And you gave me yawning, woman. Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Another thing.
Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing, and it still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In complex puzzle that's the case, there was one piece I kept things stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Venzuka, you were waiting on the airport with a phone call from Agent Hit's cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hit's cell phone could not be found at the scene of the crime. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely, but that we were to find that phone. It will lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death, the height wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Franziska, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Of course I do. His phone is ringing from somewhere, sir. I hear it, detective. Now, where is it coming from? The ringing coming from somewhere in here, sir. Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. Wonder if I might be inside this suitcase. I'm hearing sounds from inside there. Look the cover what happened. I'm trying to check what it can come from in here, sir. What? It cannot be. It's gotta be the victim's cell phone. It's Miss Turtles. What? Phone with the address. How did I go? Where do you find the phone? I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Maternal's locker. What? But... Rada. I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It was from Charma, was it? I suggest you arrest Miss Wada right away. Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in her locker at the same time.
Objection!
This is related to the keycard, alright? In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that's saying the truth is evidence. That's true. That's one bird we cannot ignore. What should I do? If Francisca's right, I can't offer basic senators at this point. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? Let's have something very incriminating on it, or in it.
Hold it!
What now, Miles Edgeworth? Not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone. What? Inside the phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. It's the camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly did Agent Hicks plan to preserve the crime scene of smuggling? Francisca needed to confirm something. Cell phone, can it take pictures? The address, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. That's a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine. Do you think Agent Hicks should have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for a smuggling case? If so, there may be some inconvenient photos here for our killer smuggler. But the fault all busted up, sir. Even a prosecutor can repair a broken phone. I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. May I go back to sleep now?
Objection!
No. The LCD screens on the inside out are broken for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data. What? What do you mean by that, Francisca? It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone is still ring when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. Possible the photos are still there inside waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone. Francisca, your phone looks good, please. Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now. I like how hers is blue. This is Agent Hicks most recent, certainly trying to obtain some evidence for smuggling cases. And that was written over in this picture, sir. But this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right? Actually, right, not much we can find out from this Agent Hicks killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? What's all this? Oh, they're cargo ship from Bulgaria to St. Paul. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in St. Paul. It's a LeBlanc. Can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, they're not English for now anywhere. One cluster of boxes from Bulgarian. It is cloth in English. Cloth? Could it be? It is for the killer. What? What? For is that scary face? Miss Mealy? Yes. It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Ha! Maybe you should force your mistaken reading of some picture, Mr. Ezra.
Take that!
And what is that supposed to prove? The killer used a piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? Now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo was unloaded in St. Paul, had cloth written on it. In Bulgarian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed the piece from to clean up the blood with. Ah, and Cammy is the only one that speaks Bulgarian. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Bulgarian. And I only to remember that such a prescription is you, Miss Cammy. Ah, that's pretty clumsy. Killer probably searched throughout the whole Boston looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care what if the box is in English or Bulgarian.
Objection!
Sorry, I cannot agree with their assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly cannot comprehend Bulgarian, well then... Let's see.
Take that!
And he said bedsheets in English on the right in the box, sir. Precisely, and the bedsheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? What are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this plastic bedsheet would have been what I had spotted first. However, the killer chose some Bulgarian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer did not want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was a charter hold. So they were afraid to leave signs of that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Bulgarian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different killer. Because the killer knew what was going to be unloaded in the Republic of St. Paul. That's right. That's why Bulgarian cloth was used. And the only Bulgarian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy. And you alone. It'd be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we have to do is contact the St. Paul authorities in the time, and we should find other evidence to incriminate our killer with these boxes. So what do you say, Miss Millie? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or you'd rather wait and see what we find out in our investigation? We got her. heat wasn't full, I couldn't stop it. Brought him here. Started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared I was in trouble. We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, Detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. However, we can approach the top, but she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir. Probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess made serious business. It looks like there's more to the case than meets the eye. Ezra, just want to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that will please accept this portion of my appreciation. That I see, you don't have to take it if you don't want it. No, I mean I will never turn down a lady's generous offer. Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, here at GoU Airlines are always ready to serve, Miss Ezra. Thank you, I'll keep that in mind. Now I must bid you farewell and make all your skies be blue no matter where you go. Can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, it was fun. Speak for yourself, my day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Franziska? Oh, she's filing out some test and paperwork for her departure. Departure? Yes, Miss Suntown was always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some lead footprint in her case. Can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier? You got it, sir. Franziska? I thought I told you when you first landed I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time, however, it's been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Who do you think I am? You're Franziska von Tarma, a very proud prosecutor, deserving of much respect. Only until a little while ago, but I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dented Priya living her life on the name of favor for invincible father built. true your father, Manfred Fontana, didn't lose a single case. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. Group them on the trail was a little more troublesome than most. Smuggling route we found this time was only one of silver of the picture. Sounds like dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry, I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. But there's another agent in this case with me. Oh, another agent? He's a star among the agent that has high successful arrest rate. Who knows, maybe you may even run into him one day. Or simply caught up in this one case. Hardly see why we would cross paths. I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same. I'm not following you. You understand soon enough. The fight is only just beginning, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full. And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? She's always gone. Thank goodness, I can finally rest easy knowing I don't have to watch out for her whip. Someone give that man a raise for putting up with her. Detective Demchi, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation. Oh, nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'll did a celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight. Isn't it not safe to have too much salt? I mean, instant noodles are already filled with so much sodium. It cannot be healthy. Too much sodium and too much salt is not good for you, to be honest. I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office? Sure thing, sir. I'll even find down the road in the patrol car if you want. Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. When in doubt, safety first. Thus, I solved my first case upon my arrival home. Bazika Fatarma, the smuggling route, she was out there. And the leaders of the ring never would put their trump card to play. The players on the other side with this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Ezra speaking. Oh, finally, I called. Who knows how many times earlier. But I can't get through. And you are. Have you got my voice, my boy? Mr. Armano? Ernest Armano, correct? Oh, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped. Well, that's it for that one. I'm gonna see if I could stay on until it reaches to our mark. See if I could actually find this one to watch through here. Oh, here we go. That actually saved my time right there. If I start this episode. Don't worry, Mr. Edwards. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Good to hear. Now make sure you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. Count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnappers put their contact me soon. You could have thought that upon my return I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case. And that I would be the one who would have to make the ransom drop off. See, I checked that the money is all there, safe inside the suitcase. Now all I have to do is await further instructions from the kidnapper, because I'm expecting to be transferred to my cell phone. I wonder who else is around. This is the meeting place after all. Oh, it's the Blue Badger. Welcome to Gatewater Land. Oh, thank you. A big hello to you. I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you. Proto Being. He looks more like the regular Blue Badger to me. Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me? A picture? Of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested. Aw, that's too bad. Well, have a good day. Hello? Who are you? Are you not Ernest Amano? Sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alteration device. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth. Are you Club? Oh god, how like typed out like that remind me of the people who like type out in the comments like that with like lowercase and stuff. I am prosecutor. Why the awkward silence, dude? I know what you're wondering. And yes, I have brought the ransom money with me. I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium. So this person intended to see if I'm being followed. Huh. Please, Detective Gumshoe. I really need you to come through for me this one time. Don't be a doofus. Don't be a doofus this time, Gumshoe. Edgeworth speaking. Next time to the haunted house. And just how long do you intend on me want to run for? That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend. I suppose not. Arrived. Go inside. I like how it has like his reflection in the mirrors. It would have had like a good effect if it had like his reflection in the broken ones. What a dismal place. As I go through those doors. Am I being watched from somewhere? I like how he has the suitcase from the plate. Leave the money and go. Now. I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. That's just best to less than Edgeworth. And Kidjachic left out the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police arrives. Let's see. Oh god. Oh man, imagine like going to a haunted house in real life and there's like a freaking blue badger behind you like this. That could be perfect for like a haunted house. You know, like just like a creepypasta version of the blue badger. Walking up behind you. That guy portrayed. No, it can't be. Then the deal. Who is that? And what are they talking about? split place. Alright. In front of me, up. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again. Now, when I made the drop off, it was supposed to be a simple affair. So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. Maybe the why I agreed to be a drop-off man was because of that phone call. From Mr. Ernest Armando, the director of the powerful Saibatsu, the Armando group. Aside from that, I also agreed that the gratitude. Some left to be kidnapped. I know that Lance is already within his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of. I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow. Was that you making a funny sound? Who's there? How dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight? Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers? Kidnapper me? No way, I'm not to such petty crimes. Nope, I'm after something much bigger. I must be worn out from the day's ordeal. Focus smiles. I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness in the world's blight. And that one is me from the great thief Yatagarasu. Great thief? Ishibe claimed to be Yatagarasu. Oh, but my real name is Kei Ferde. Call me Kei, okay? Good, that's all. Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, you would be so kind to remove these ropes. I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and icy glaring on me, you know? Just be quiet, Kay, and help. Whatever they owe you my thanks. Oh, that's okay. You can pay me back in the full later. Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with the cheeky girl. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and save here for now. I'm probably gonna go ahead and head on off for now. And that sounded like early, a little early. But I'm getting tired so quickly, so early. So tomorrow, I may be back on tomorrow. I'll be headed out the house first though, but be back. So I'll probably be on sooner, so that way I could be on a little longer. So I would like to thank everybody who liked the stream and stopped by. And I'll see everybody on the next one. Have a great day, everybody.